Hello everyone, it's Disarray here and welcome to Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. So in this game, our character wakes up in a strange place, and depending on the choices we make in the game, it will end differently. It's kind of like a murder mystery, and it sounds pretty interesting. Now it does say continue, start over. I did test the game very briefly just to check that it would be simple to record, and it was! I've literally only gone 2 screens in it, so let's start over, and I promise probably won't understand what's happening at all. Once you start over, any previous progress will be erased. Are you sure? Yes, I do want to start over. Your game will be saved automatically at certain points, however we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete Home in a single sitting. I probably won't do this because I don't have an hour and a half to put aside right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and hope it saves in convenient places. So we need to wear headphones and turn off the lights. I am doing both of those things. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Okay. Now I need to click on the arrow. I can't just click around the screen. Oh, my head, where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet, a flashlight. Well, that's awfully convenient. Well, guys, this is indeed another pixel horror. As you can see, I do favour them quite considerably. So we're using the mouse to move, and we can actually raise our flashlight, which is kind of nice. What's this? Can we look at this? I guess not. Okay, we can, however, open the door. Very Resident Evil style. That house, where was I? Okay, so, well, this looks awfully like a dead body on the floor. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I don't know, why don't we look? I didn't recognise his face. He was still kind of warm. Did I kill a guy? That's very upsetting. Aw, kitty. How sweet. How sweet and lovely. Right, so we can go upstairs. We can also go through this door. I'm thinking let's go upstairs, or downstairs even, in the interest of exploration. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Intriguing. Okay, so we can look at the bookcase. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Let me guess, it's probably us. Just because that would be an appropriate twist, I suppose. Is this like really a basement? Because... oh no, I guess not. I guess that was the second floor. In which case, I kind of want to explore what was upstairs. A thin grey mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Yes, of course I did. The poor creature. Poor little creature all trapped and in pain. I can't sit by and watch that happen. Let's go ahead and check out this door at the end then, because I thought we were on like a ground floor, which is why I didn't go through here. I thought it would head outside. Let's go ahead and look. Right, so we have more bookshelves. And a computer. And blood. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realised there was blood on my shoes and pants. You probably noticed that initially. So he didn't check himself over at all when he woke up. Oh man, I had to get out of there. Well, that is fairly upsetting, I'll agree, but we don't actually have blood on ourselves at all. If my eyes fail me, then do let me know. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Well, we have no idea where we are, so it would be probably a pretty sensible idea. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? This is probably a good thing we did look then, because it's familiar to us. So, the mouse is kind of clunky in this game, because when I get to the edge or too close to my guy, he kind of spazzes out a lot. I mean, it's not too much of a problem. It's minorly irritating. Is minorly a word? I don't know. Anyway. So we have 2 doors on this floor. One of them is obviously going to lead us outside. I suggest we go downstairs again. Oh, hello. And there's a boarded up door down here. Well, that's very suspicious. The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. If it's just taped up, can we not undo it? I gave the door a hard shove, and to my surprise it cracked open. Okay, fair enough. Perseverance is key. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Keycard, Ocker, last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. Well, that is pretty nonsensical if you ask me. What's going on underneath the table? Oh, is that the mouse that we freed? How lovely. Glad to see he's going about his merry way without any problem. It doesn't look like there's anything else we can do in here. Which begs to reason, why did I go in here just to read a note on the table? Well, there's nothing else to do, so I guess let's just carry on exploring. Damn door was locked, but it didn't look like there was a keyhole. Maybe I could find another way to open it. Okay, so we can't go in there for now. Let's carry on then. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Not the shoes! The bathroom was incredibly clean. Every surface had been thoroughly wiped, and nothing seemed out of place. How lovely. A well-kept bathroom is a happy bathroom. Right. Can we use the shitter? No, it doesn't look like it. What's this? There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Well, that's not a very good way to develop photos. Anybody could step in that and ruin everything. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Okay, so there's some random photo negatives in our bathroom, or in this bathroom. We don't know if it's ours just yet. Again, not a lot happened in that room. But I'm guessing this isn't very much like a pick up and use game. It's more of like an exploratory... Well, it's supposed to be like a murder mystery, so... The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. This is the front door? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I thought this was the basement. I guess it's just a really tall house. So let's go ahead and explore these two side doors. See if we have any options. Oh, it's very creaky in here. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. And a pile of trash. A black and white photo. Looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Well, it would be kind of creepy to just carry around somebody else's photo, so I guess we'll just leave it here. I figured this was no help to me, so I left it behind. I just don't see the point of taking it. It's some other guy and his wife. It doesn't have any bearing to what's happening to me here. Okay, so what does this door lead to? Right, okay, we have some tools here. A collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use. Some were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? Look, do they have to give you reasons why they don't put their tools in the shed? Jeez. Just stap, man. I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Of course you did. Duh. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. It's probably the secret way out. The secret way out of the house. We need to do this. So what did that switch even do is probably a good thing to ask. Is there like a secret doorway that it opened? I mean, let's head downstairs. Maybe it has kind of given us a way out of the house that we hadn't known about previously. Maybe it unlocks the door. That switch in the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. Yes, I am a genius. Okay, what's going on in here then? A cardboard box, which is conveniently covering up a ladder. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Of course you did. Why would you just leave it there? I heaved the box forwards and it finally gave. Fair enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and head down the ladder and see where it takes us. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes. I really do like the transitions. It's very reminiscent of Resident Evil, like the old Resident Evils. My leg hurt like hell as I climbed down that ladder. The tunnel below was even darker and the smell wasn't getting any better. But I had to get out of there and find my way home. Okay, what's this? Footprints in the dirt. Look like more than one kind and a lot of traffic. So we know there have been people down here, which leads to reason that there must be a way out of this particular area. That looks like a map. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, oh god, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Sorry, my voice went a bit weird there. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait, there were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. So it appears we haven't lost our memories or anything. We just literally have woken up in a really weird house that we don't know anything about. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? I'm going to go ahead and say because I live in Britain and we believe that guns are incredibly dangerous and not to be trifled with, I will go with no, because that is how I do my life. I didn't even want to touch the thing. Better I left it right where it was. That's just how it is, guys. I don't really expect this game to be much of a let's kill everything game, so I don't really feel that a gun is completely necessary. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? It's a place with a stepladder in it. It's not really that horrendous. What's this? A desk. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. He, Iv, E, Hel, R, Af, O, Ro. None of it made any sense to me. How does he know their names? They could be anything. Right, well there's a door here, but let's continue to explore this room. I imagine. Some kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Well, that would explain why he freaked out a little bit. Oh, there's meat hooks and everything. Rusted hooks like the kind you'd find in a butcher hung from the ceiling. They looked pitted and worn from heavy use. That man upstairs, did he do this? Or he was brought here like we were, because clearly we don't know where this is, so it's not too much of a stretch to believe that maybe he was brought here and some of his personal items were brought here. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Okay. There's another ladder. And what's this? It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Which is clearly blood, because it looks like all of the other blood that we've seen in the entire game. I want to go back and see what is behind that door. Ooh. Ropes. Fantastic. Is this bones? Are these bones I see? There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. Who put them here? Probably the same guy that brought us here and is trying to murder people. Unless it is us, which would be quite an interesting twist. Maybe we just kill people, yet we have no recollection of doing so. Okay. Anything interesting in here? Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute, these boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? What were they doing here, Mr. Murderer? Potentially. Oh. some weird ass noise coming from down here. Oh, it's bats. I like bats. They're kind of cute in their own weird way. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Okay. So can we go past the ladder? I guess so. What's this? There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Well, it's an alternative to trying to climb down a broken ladder, so let's go with yes. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. My thoughts exactly. And there's a body just right there, but I can't see it apparently. That must be a wall that's in my way, so we'll just leave that for now. Let's go ahead and see if this rope will help in any way. Okay. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes, you did. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Okay. Nothing over here. Anything up here? Nope. What's this? A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. So we're clearly going into a very safe area here. Maybe we shouldn't have come here at all. Maybe we should have just, you know, moved the furniture out of the way of the door to the house. And then we could have easily just walked outside. I don't know. I guess this guy doesn't think of things like that. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky I found that. Who knows what would have happened if I had jumped down. You probably would have broken your leg, sir. Still, it was all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken that gun I saw. But me, with a gun? No, we don't need a gun, don't be silly. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through here. But it was so high up that it must have been a sore landing. I guess so. I want to click it. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet and there was grass smeared within it. That's a good sign though, isn't it? It means that there's grass nearby. And grass doesn't grow indoors. Okay, so we have a door and a ladder. Let's got the ladder. See what's up here. So you have various posters on the wall, which we can't seem to read. And what looks like a pixely burnt mess. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Well, I don't see why not. It could be useful, I suppose. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Well, why not? It's in a garbage bag. The person clearly doesn't want it. And maybe it belongs to the murderer. And we can catch him in the act. I could hear a faint trickling sound, like water. What was that? Maybe water? It does look like we're next to some water pipes, so that would be, you know, something. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? I'm going to go ahead and say no, again. Again, I don't feel like I'm going to be attacked. I was relieved to leave the filthy knife right where I found it. I just don't feel the need to have any weapons to defend myself with. This doesn't feel like a high-octane game where I'm going to be constantly almost dying. Oh, I can just walk out the exit then. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Okay, so we can't go this way just yet. We're going to go ahead and find a way to drain that water then, I suppose, which I'm imagining is through here. Okay. Well, somebody didn't take kindly to me being here, did they? Oh, there's lots of doors here. The door was locked. There was a musty smell coming from inside, so not that one. We can go through this one, however. What's this? I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. And we've got valves. Some kind of valve. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? I'm going to say no for now. I left the valve alone because I'm not sure. Oh, there's 2. That one did say 1. Then we've got 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. So maybe we have to use all of these valves at once. Let's go ahead and end the video here because it's been 20 minutes. And I'm sure you guys would love to see what happens next, but I'm not going to show you until tomorrow. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, then don't forget to leave a like, and if you have any suggestions for games that you would like me to play in the future, then please go ahead and leave a comment below. And until next time, guys, goodbye.